Today is May 30th, the 3rd of Sivan, and that means that the Take 5 for Torah Friday edition is the Haftorah for this coming week. This Haftorah is the beginning of Sefer Hosea, who Ibn Ezra says was given the most bizarre command of any prophet in the entire Bible. So much so that Ibn Ezra writes, Cholila v'cholila, God forbid. Did Hosea actually do what God told him to do? Rather, it's simply a metaphor. What God tells him to do is to marry a famous harlot, a harlot visited by all the men in town. Her name is even given in the story as if though everybody knows her, Gomer bas Divlayim. And Hosea, the prophet, the spiritual leader of his people, takes up residence with this famous harlot. And they have 3 children together. And he's not even sure if they're his children. And Ibn Ezra says, what possibly could be the driving force for a prophet in Israel, the spiritual leader of our people, to so degrade himself this way? And he's not even sure that the 3 children, Lo Ami, Lo Ruchama, and Yisrael, are even his children. Each one serves as a symbolic reference to what's about to happen to the Israelites. You see, in the time of Hosea and his colleague Amos, at the time of these prophets, the borders of Israel were greater and more far-reaching than they have ever been in our history, from before and until this very day. Israel controlled areas of Lebanon, Syria, even as far up as Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, even some of Saudi Arabia. They conquered lands far and wide, and they were extremely successful. And as often happens, like some psukim in Sefer Devarim, Sefer Ram levavecha v'shachachtos Hashem, vayishman yisharun vayivot. We become so successful that we kick back at God, and we become fat. And we forget where we're coming from, and we forget our Torah. And Hosea came to the people and said, this cannot last much longer. You cannot in perpetuity continue to oppress widows and orphans and continue with this success. There is a God above who is about to lay down the gauntlet, and you will not continue with this success. The Israelites did not react kindly to Hosea and his likes. They tried to silence his colleague Amos, but they were not to be cowed. They continued to speak against the social disorder and decay amongst their people. And they beat Hosea, and they jailed him, and they put him in stocks, but he was not to be cowed. And at some point he turns and looks up to God and he says, God, I'm now quoting from words from a Gemara in Psachim, where he said, God, hachlifeim be'uma acheres. God, I've had it with these people. You should exchange them for another people. They don't deserve you. Now, maybe Hosea can be justified for all the beatings he took and all the shame he took. But God says, I can't have a prophet speaking against my people this way. Your purpose as a prophet is to put my case before the people, but also to put the people's case before me. I don't need my prophet to speak against my people. I know what they're doing. So what I would like you to do, Hosea, is to fall in love with a woman who's not true to you. Fall desperately in love with her. She's beautiful. It'll be easy for you to fall in love with her. And she will not be true to you. She will be disloyal to you. She will make a shame of you. And let's see, after you're hopelessly in love with her, how easy it's going to be for you to put her aside and put her away. So according to Rashi, according to the Gemara, he really did this. He really acted it out. And he saw, right, God, I see it's impossible for you to cast away your people even though they're disloyal. I get it now. I misspoke. And yet Ibn Ezra says, I can't imagine that he actually did this. He was just to dream it and to feel it, so that he can speak to the people about turning their loyalty back towards God and deserving his graces. But alas, the 10 tribes did not heed this call, and they were scattered by the Assyrians shortly afterwards. That is the book of Hosea. It's the beginning of the book, and that is this Haftorah of Parshas Bamidbar.